Hello, and welcome to English Easy Talk. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy to be here with you today.
And I'm Leo. We're so excited you've joined us, especially if you're just starting your English learning journey. You're not alone, and you're definitely in the right place.
We know learning a new language can feel scary at first. You hear new words, strange grammar, fast conversations, and maybe you think, can I really do this? And our answer is yes, you can. You really can.
We've both taught English to students of all ages and levels, and we've seen how far someone can go just by showing up, practicing, and believing in themselves. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going.
That's why today's episode is all about 20 helpful tips for beginner learners. But not just a quick list, we're going to talk about each tip in more detail, with examples, ideas, and encouragement. So grab a notebook if you want, get comfy, and let's dive in.
Let's start simple. One of the most powerful things you can do as a beginner is to learn just a few new words each day. Not 50. Not 100. Just 3, maybe 5. That's it.
Exactly. If you learn 5 words a day, that's 150 words in a month. That's huge for a beginner. But the key isn't just learning the words, it's using them. Try writing them down in a notebook, saying them out loud, and even making small sentences.
Let's start simple. One of the most powerful things you can do as a beginner is to learn just a few new words each day. Not 50. Not 100. Just 3, maybe 5. That's it. Let's take 5 basic words: apple, book, pen, table, chair. Try saying, the apple is red. I have a pen. The book is on the table. These are short sentences, but they're real, useful, and they help your brain connect the new words to meaning.
And here's a tip: review old words too. Look at the words you learned yesterday or last week. Repetition is your friend. Learning a few words daily and practicing them builds strong language skills over time.
You don't need to understand everything to benefit from listening. Just hearing English helps. It trains your ear and gets your brain used to the rhythm, sound, and flow of the language.
Yes. At the beginning, listening can feel confusing. But over time, your brain starts picking up patterns. You'll begin to recognize words and even whole phrases. The more you listen, the more natural it becomes.
So where should you start? Podcasts like this one, of course. But also, try YouTube videos, English songs, or short news clips for beginners. Even listening for 10 minutes a day helps.
One of my students told me she played English radio while she cooked dinner. At first, it was just background noise. But after a few weeks, she said, Leo, I suddenly understood a sentence. That's how it works: it builds slowly and then suddenly clicks.
Let's be real, sometimes it's hard to sit and study with a book. That's why apps are awesome. They're on your phone, easy to use, and make learning feel more like a game than a lesson.
Duolingo, Memrise, LingQ, there are so many good ones. And most of them are free. You can learn vocabulary, short sentences, pronunciation, even grammar. And the best part? You can do it anywhere, on the bus, during a break, or before bed.
It's not about using the app for hours. Just 10 minutes a day keeps your learning active. And because they reward you with points, levels, or streaks, it can be really motivating.
So if you haven't already, download an app today and give it a try. It's a small step that makes a big difference.
This is one of my favorites. Children's shows are designed to be clear, slow, and simple. The vocabulary is perfect for beginners. Plus, they're usually fun and colorful.
Exactly. Shows like Peppa Pig, Dora the Explorer, or Sesame Street are great for learning everyday English. You'll hear phrases like "Where are you?" or "Let's go." Things you can use right away.
And because these shows repeat words and actions, you'll hear the same phrases again and again, which is great for memory. And honestly, even adults enjoy them. It's learning, but it doesn't feel like studying.
And don't worry if you feel too old for cartoons. You're learning a language. These shows are tools, not just entertainment. They're designed to help people understand language, so use them proudly.
Here's a powerful tip: don't just listen to English, repeat it. Hear a sentence? Pause. Then say it out loud. Here's a powerful tip: don't just listen to English, repeat it. Hear a sentence? Pause. Then say it out loud. Let's try it. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me. Ready? I am learning English. Again, I am learning English.
Great. This method is especially helpful if you're shy or don't have someone to practice with. You can do it alone. Just play a video or podcast and repeat what you hear.
You might feel a little silly at first, but trust me, it works. The more you speak, the more natural it feels.
Flashcards might seem simple, but they're one of the best tools for learning vocabulary. You write a word on one side and the meaning or a picture on the other. You can use paper cards or apps like Anki or Quizlet.
Yeah, I love flashcards because they force you to recall the word, not just recognize it. That's really important. Seeing a word and knowing it are different things. When you flip a flashcard, you're testing your brain to remember.
Here's a fun trick. Make cards with pictures instead of translations. For example, draw a picture of a cat for the word cat. It helps your brain think in English instead of your native language. Here's a fun trick. Make cards with pictures instead of translations. For example, draw a picture of a cat for the word cat. It helps your brain think in English instead of your native language.
And flashcards are easy to carry. You can keep a few in your pocket or bag. When you have a minute, waiting in line, on the bus, review a few. Little moments like that add up.
Try reviewing old cards too. Don't just learn new words. Keep practicing the ones you already know. That's how they stay in your memory.
Learning is better together. If you have a friend who also wants to learn English, practice speaking with them. You don't need to speak perfectly, just try.
Even short conversations help. You could meet once a week or send voice messages to each other. Say things like, "What did you eat today?" Or "How was your day?" Simple questions, but real practice.
And if you don't have a friend who's learning English, try finding one online. There are lots of websites and apps where you can connect with other learners around the world.
One of my students found a speaking partner from Brazil, and they practiced English together every Saturday. They both improved and even became good friends. English brought them together.
So don't be afraid. Find a buddy and start talking, even if it's just a few sentences. It makes learning more fun and less scary.
Writing is another great way to practice English. And you don't need to write a lot. Just one sentence each day is a great start.
For example, today I drank tea. Or I went to the market. These are short, but you're building a habit. Writing helps you think in English and remember grammar.
And you can grow from one sentence to 2, then 3. Over time, you'll write full paragraphs. But don't rush. Start small.
I had a student who kept a tiny English diary. Every day, she wrote something simple. After 3 months, she looked back and saw real progress. It made her feel proud.
And if you don't know how to write something, ask. Use Google Translate to help, or ask a teacher or friend. It's all part of the process.
Here's a fun and creative tip: label the things in your house in English. Write small notes or use sticky labels with the names of objects.
For example, on your door, you write door. On your fridge, write fridge. On your mirror, write mirror. This way, every time you walk by, you see the word and remember it.
This turns your home into a learning space. It's like living inside a mini English classroom. You don't even have to stop and study, the learning just happens around you.
And it works really well for visual learners. If you see the word again and again in the same place, your brain connects it with the object naturally.
Change the labels after a week or two, and add new ones. Keep the learning fresh and fun.
Learning to ask and answer questions is a key part of speaking English. And you can start with very simple ones like what's your name? How are you? Where are you from?
Yes. Questions are how we start conversations. And practicing them gives you confidence. Try asking your friend, your teacher, or even yourself in the mirror.
You can also practice using different answers. Like, if you ask how are you? You can say I'm fine, I'm tired, or I'm happy today. The more you practice, the more natural it feels.
And even if you don't have someone to talk to, you can imagine a conversation. Pretend you're at a cafe or meeting someone new. Hello. What's your name? My name is Leo. That kind of practice helps a lot.
It's all about using what you know. Asking simple questions is a big step toward real conversations.